Beneath the neon glow of a city that never truly sleeps, another Bangkok quietly reveals itself. A place where golden temples rise above tangled alleyways, where the scent of charcoal smoke and chili drifts through midnight streets, where ancient river traditions survive beside glass towers and roaring traffic. This is not only a city of tourism and nightlife. It is a city shaped by water, faith, trade, survival, and movement. Here, monks walk silently at dawn, while markets awaken beside canals older than the modern skyline itself. Long-tail boats carve through muddy waterways, carrying echoes of the past. Street vendors transform simple ingredients into flavors known across the world. And every night, beneath electric signs and tropical heat, Bangkok continues to reinvent itself without ever abandoning its soul. Join us as we journey through Bangkok, a city where chaos and serenity exist side by side. At the heart of Bangkok flows the Chao Phraya River, wide, brown, restless, and alive with movement. For centuries, this river shaped the destiny of Thailand's capital long before highways and skyscrapers appeared. The city grew from these waters. Wooden trading boats once carried silk, spices, rice, and ceramics through channels connecting Siam to the outside world. Today, ferries, cargo vessels, river taxis, and long-tail boats continue to navigate the same currents. The contrast is immediate. Ancient temples stand beside luxury hotels. Weathered piers lean beneath modern bridges of steel and concrete. At sunrise, monks collect alms near the riverbanks, while commuters crowd onto boats heading toward the city center. As evening falls, reflections of gold and neon ripple across the dark water. Bangkok changes constantly, but the river still holds everything together. Across the river rises one of Bangkok's most iconic landmarks, Wat Arun, the Temple of Dawn. Its towering central prang climbs into the humid sky covered in porcelain fragments, seashells, and delicate floral patterns. From a distance, the structure appears pale and quiet. Up close, every surface reveals astonishing detail. The temple's origins stretch back to the Ayutthaya period, but much of its current form emerged during the early Ratanakosin era. Steep stairways rise sharply upward, symbolizing the difficult path towards spiritual enlightenment. The climb feels almost vertical. Below, the river widens beneath the heat haze. Boats drift silently through the current. At sunset, the temple transforms again. Golden light touches the ceramic surface while shadows deepen across the towers. For a brief moment, Bangkok's relentless movement seems to slow. When the temperature cools and the city lights ignite, Bangkok begins another life. Street food stalls unfold onto sidewalks and alleyways. Metal pans hiss with oil. Charcoal smoke drifts upward into the humid night air. The sound never disappears. Knives strike cutting boards. Scooters squeeze through impossible gaps. Voices call out across crowded lanes. Bangkok's food culture was shaped by migration, trade, and survival. Chinese, Thai, Malay, and Indian influences blend together in dishes layered with sweetness, heat, salt, and citrus. Pad Thai cooks over roaring flames. Tom Yum soup releases clouds of lemongrass and chili. Mango sticky rice glows beneath crushed ice and coconut cream. In Chinatown, entire streets transform into open-air kitchens. Plastic stools fill the pavement. Families, tourists, workers, and night shift vendors all gather beneath neon signs that flicker late into the night. The city feeds millions every day, and somehow it never seems to stop. Long before Bangkok became a metropolis of highways, life here moved through canals. The city was once known as the Venice of the East. Even now, traces of that older Bangkok survive. At the floating markets, narrow wooden boats glide slowly through crowded waterways loaded with tropical fruit, noodles, spices, and flowers. Vendors balance perfectly while cooking over open flames only inches above the water. The canals remain busy but quieter than the roads beyond them. Wooden homes stand on stilts. Temple bells echo in the distance. Palm leaves bend over the waterline. These markets are more than tourist attractions. They are reminders of a city that depended entirely on rivers and canals for movement, trade, and daily survival. Water shaped Bangkok long before concrete did. Behind white fortress walls and golden rooftops lies the ceremonial heart of Thailand, the Grand Palace. For generations, this complex served as the royal residence and center of political power. Its architecture reflects layers of Thai identity shaped by Buddhism, monarchy, and craftsmanship. Golden spires rise above polished courtyards. Murals stretch across temple walls telling stories from the Ramakien epic. The Emerald Buddha rests within Wat Arun, one of the most sacred religious sites in Thailand. Outside, the city roars with traffic and heat. Inside, movement becomes quieter. Visitors remove their shoes before entering sacred halls. Incense drifts through the air. The sound of footsteps softens against stone floors. Bangkok may be modern and chaotic, but places like this preserve the deeper rhythms beneath the city's surface. As darkness settles, Bangkok rises vertically. Glass towers illuminate the horizon. Traffic forms glowing rivers of red and white beneath elevated highways. Construction cranes continue their work deep into the night. From rooftop bars high above the streets, the scale of the city becomes overwhelming. Neighborhoods stretch endlessly into the tropical haze. Temples glow between skyscrapers. The Chao Phraya reflects fragmented light far below. Bangkok's transformation accelerated rapidly during the late 20th century. Rural migration, global trade, tourism, and finance reshaped the city into one of Southeast Asia's largest urban centers. Yet despite the modern skyline, the atmosphere remains unmistakably Bangkok. Dense, humid, restless, alive at every hour. On weekends, one of the world's largest markets awakens. Chatuchak. Thousands of stalls spread beneath metal roofs and narrow passageways. The heat gathers quickly. Fans rotate above crowded aisles. The smell of grilled meat, incense, leather, and fresh fruit mixes into the heavy air. Everything exists here. Antiques, street fashion, ceramics, vintage radios, plants stacked in endless rows, hidden cafes tucked between clothing stalls. The market feels disordered at first, but beneath the noise lies a system understood by generations of traders and regular visitors. Bangkok thrives on movement and exchange, and few places reveal that energy more clearly than Chatuchak. As night deepens, another tradition emerges beneath bright arena lights. Muay Thai, Thailand's national sport. Fighters enter the ring wearing ceremonial headbands while traditional music echoes through the stadium. Eventually, the neon dims. Markets close. Music fades into distant traffic, and Bangkok begins again. Before sunrise, monks move silently through quiet streets collecting offerings. Street cleaners wash yesterday's dust toward the drains. Food vendors prepare broth that has simmered through the night. The city feels briefly softer. Then the traffic returns. Boats restart their engines. Train lines fill. Bangkok awakens not with calm but with momentum. It is a city constantly balancing opposites: tradition and modernity, stillness and noise, faith and commerce, water and concrete. And perhaps that is what makes Bangkok unforgettable. Not perfection, not order, but the way life continues to flow through every corner of the city, no matter how overwhelming it becomes. We traveled through Bangkok not only as a destination, but as a living system shaped by river currents, migration, belief, trade, and resilience. Temples rose beside highways. Markets survived beneath towers of glass. Ancient traditions endured inside one of Asia's fastest-moving cities. Bangkok never reveals itself all at once. It unfolds gradually through sound, heat, flavor, movement, and memory. And somewhere between the river ferries, temple bells, midnight food stalls, and crowded alleyways, the city leaves an impression that lingers long after the journey ends. If you enjoyed exploring Bangkok with us, continue the journey by subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure.